Hey y'all, life has its filters, right? If you want to achieve a certain thing, there is a list of things that you have to do to achieve that thing, right? Like for me, I want to do well on the LSAT, meaning I need a 180 score to get into the school that I want to go to. I've been seeing different things online about you have to be above the median nowadays to get entry into these schools or get an acceptance into these schools. Now, the filter is who's willing to do it, who's willing to do what it takes to score higher, right? I've been seeing person after person online say that the test is learnable. It's a skill. You're going to learn pattern recognition. You're going to dissect the exam to see that there's 15 different question types for the logical reasoning portion. And then the other side is reading comprehension. And people will tell you the different, the examples of how they use different strategies on that portion of the test. Now, that's the LSAT. For someone else, it might be the MCAT or the bar exam or just anything else. Or a certification. Someone's trying to pass an exam, so they are looking for tips and strategies that they can use to get ahead, right? They're trying to create their own advantage. Yesterday, I work at a hospital, so yesterday I asked the doctor, I was like, what are some because I was there doing some IT stuff. I was like, hey man, I know this might be irrelevant, but what are some study tips you can give me? I said, I'm trying to get better at the LSAT. Oh, he said, oh, LSAT? Okay, great. So he said, for me, it was the MCAT. He said what he would do is he would take a practice exam every Sunday. Now, I've heard that before. There's this guy named Steve I've listened to on YouTube talking about how to get better at the LSAT, and he has said taking a practice exam every week. He said take a full practice exam every week, but in the other days you want to drill the questions. You want to drill one question type at a time and drill that one day, and the next day drill another question type. And then there's also other times you can do a full section. Let's say there's 3 sections on the LSAT: logical reasoning, and reading comprehension. You can do one section in a day, if that's the day that you have set up for that. And then the doctor, he says he did one practice exam every day. He would review what he got wrong and what he got right, and he would have an Excel spreadsheet where he listed everything that he got wrong and then showed him. He would look for all of the different answers and reasoning of why he got it wrong and how he can get it right next time. So I think that is really cool. I've actually done something similar on other exams. Let's say for the CompTIA Security Plus, you can purchase practice exams from different creators like Jason Dion. You can take that practice exam and then you can read the explanations of what you got wrong, right? So what I would do is I would take those practice exams, and then I would transcribe it. I would copy all of it and paste it into, let's say, Microsoft Azure voice text-to-speech program, right? Their application or their service, text-to-speech service. And I would listen to the practice exam with the questions, the answers, and the explanations. I would listen to that multiple times. And that helped me. They helped me grasp all of the information so I knew why a question or the answer was right, or I knew why it was wrong. That's helpful. So now when it comes to other things in life, again, there are filters. There's things I'm thinking about right now, right? There's someone out there that has a dream, they have a goal, and they have to do what it takes to reach that dream or that goal, right? So one of the filters I can think of, let's say there's someone that wants to start a daycare, but they don't have the money. Well, there's different ways to do it. you don't have to have a lot of money, whether it be $100,000 or $250,000 to start a daycare. You don't have to start with a daycare center. You can start with a couple kids at the house, and parents paying you like $200 a week. And depending on how many children you're taking care of, how you're using the money, how are meals included, and different things like that, you could have that set up instead of you working a 9-to-5 job, right? Your job would be your dream of running a daycare, right? But it would start at home, depending on the size of your house. And then now another thing that I saw online is you could reach out to a church. Churches have classrooms, and there are churches that don't have schools. So if a church has a classroom that they're probably using for Sunday school or vacation Bible school, and you reach out to the church and you're like, hey, can I use these classrooms during a week for my daycare program? And you say, I'll share some of the money with you. I'll send you like 10 to 15%. And then also another way to think about it is the parents of these children, they learn about your church because they're dropping off the children and picking them up. And then they could potentially become a member. Now, I read this on Google, and I researched this because one of my friends, my bro Chinadu, he said that his daughter, baby Zena, his daughter's daycare full-time is $1,500 a month. I'm like, oh, bro, I need some of that daycare money. I love businesses and getting paid. So I'm like, let me look this up. Let me see how this works, because that's something I know would be profitable. I've even heard and read about KinderCare Learning, how that's I believe private equity backed company. But yes, there are different filters on who's going to do the research, who's going to find a way to make it work, and just who's going to get it done. Again, people having dreams and goals. You have to find the repeatable way to make it happen. You have to create your advantage. You have to find people that have already reached those goals or accomplished that thing and ask them how they did it. And then you got to be willing to do it. You got to actually do it. So being willing and able to do these things that you need to do to reach your goals is important. There's this verse in the Bible I'm thinking about right now. I was thinking about it before I left the house. But it says, it's in Proverbs. It talks about how people like bless those that sell their corn, but they hate the people that don't. Like if you have corn and sell it not, people are going to hate you. So I have to find that verse. Maybe I should post it right here so you can see it. But people have gifts. People have talents. People have skills. But they're not raising their hand. They're not opening their mouth, telling people, hey, this is what I have to offer. So yeah, that's why a lot of people can be in poverty. Or that's why they can be missing out on what is totally due to them. Like you got an inheritance. You got it made on the other side of you doing what you're supposed to be doing. People in the church, we talk about it, there's something on the other side of obedience, right? God has given you certain gifts and talents and skills that you've learned and grown over the years. And now tell me, what do you get by not using the skill set that you have? What do you get by not charging customers and clients for what you're doing to serve them and help them make their life better? You got to think about it. Poverty, especially here in America, when there's a clear way of what to do to go to the next level financially, there's different books, there's different people online, mentors that you can listen to. If you are here in the United States and you are ignoring what is written out for you to use to increase your level of success, your poverty is self-inflicted. So, with that being said, I'm appreciative that there are filters in life. People can hear, listen, and read on what to do to make their situation better. And the filter is action. That's the biggest filter. if you're going to do what it takes, you're going to get what you deserve. And again, think about this. You can already deserve something good, but if you're not working to get it, you're just not going to get it. So you have to do the work that comes with you getting what is due to you. You have to. That's just how this works. And if you don't want to act, if you don't want to commit to do the thing, well, now that's on you. And it's all on you. And it's going to be on you for you to just tell yourself no to you getting what is meant for you. And that's a problem that you need to fix inside of your identity. It's a problem you need to fix inside of your habits, your thought process, and what you believe about yourself. So yeah, do what it takes to get what you deserve. Be blessed. Have a great rest of your day. Bye-bye.